to my channel, Cashing Up with Kiki. So today's video, we're going to be doing low income stuffing. Now, following my last video, I've had a few requests from a few people stating that with recent COVID events, losing their jobs, reduced hours in work, or actually being put on benefits, they had been struggling with budgeting with their new income. So they wanted me to try out a low income stuffing video, and that's what I'm going to deliver today. So for today's video, we're going to be using a 50-30-20 budgeting method. Now, if you're new to budgeting or just getting started with your financial journey, then the 50-30-20 budgeting method is a simple way to organize your money and can be a great way to ease you into budgeting. This method is super easy to follow, and it will help you in learning good habits that will support you in your financial goals. So how does this work? The idea is to divide your income into three kind of compartments or categories. One is your essential needs, two are your lifestyle wants, and three is going to be your savings or debts. So 50% of your income is budgeted and spent on your essential living expenses, such as rent or mortgage, your bills, your groceries, mobile, and possibly like car transportation, whether that's, gas for your car or, bus fare or transport fares. Next will be 30% of your income is budgeted to your lifestyle wants. So this is on things such as eating out, possibly like clothing shopping, any holidays or vacation trips, subscriptions such as a gym subscription or Netflix, which is a TV subscription, things like that. This is more of a lifestyle budget and things you kind of want to kind of just keep you going through life. And lastly is our 20%. So the 20% of this budget would be spent on savings and or paying off your debts. So this could be putting money into a saving account, investment account, pension fund, emergency fund, or just paying off things such as maybe credit card bills, outstanding bills, student loans, whatever it is that meets your circumstances. The most important thing to remember is to make sure that your budget works for you. Now, before we even get started with the stuffing, if you decide that this is the perfect budgeting method for you, I have included a free spreadsheet template for you to get started. You're welcome. Okay, let's get into the video. So today we're going to be stuffing £325. Now, our first step is actually getting our percentages and knowing how much we're going to budget for each of our three categories. So to get 50%, what we're going to be doing is doing 50 divided by 100, that is 0.5, and we times it by our budget. So that will be times £325. This would leave a budget of £162.50. So let's count that out, guys. So for our essentials, our budget would be £162.50. So let's do 20, 40, 60, 80, 91, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We got 2 and 50. So that will be our essential budget sorted. Now let's work out what 30% of our budget will be. So again, we do 30 divided by 100, which will bring us down to our decimal point, 0.3 times 325, which is our overall budget, and that will give us £97.50. So let's calculate £97.50. So we have here 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. We have a 5, 7, and last are 50 pence. And that is set aside for our wants. And lastly would be our 20%, which will go on to our savings slash debt. So let's work out that figure. So it would be 20 divided by 100 equals 0.2 times by a budget of £325 equals £65. So this here, if the numbers are accurate, we should have £65 left here for our savings and our debt. So let's count this: 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65. So perfect, guys. We've got our calculations correct. Okay, so we've confirmed our figures and we're going to start stuffing. So let's divide up our categories. For our utilities and phone, we'll stuff £42.50. So let's use 20, 20, and our 250 here, which is our coins. £42.50. Our next category will be shopping, and obviously a month is 30 days. That's a long time, to stretch a small budget. So we want to make sure that we've got enough. We want to make sure that we've got adequate funds to keep us going until our next payday. So to our food shopping, we're going to add £90. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, and £90. And guys, here, if you are struggling, a great tip when you're budgeting is possibly switching supermarkets. So I've gone from Tesco's to Aldi, which I've seen a huge drop, as well as things like meal planning and prepping. That saves a lot of time and also money, where the food will stretch longer if I know that I'm, really tight on budget. And so yes, that will be £90 for our food shopping. Transportation, so if you have a car, I'm assuming you'd put in gas or petrol, and if not, then you'll be using public transport. So to the transportation, we're going to add £20 for the month. And again, another tip would be, if you're able to save by walking, or if you have a bike like myself, I would ride. I do a lot of walking and a lot of things are local to me, so transportation sometimes isn't as high on the budget for me. But however, again, according to your own personal circumstances, I've stuffed £20 for transportation. Insurance. Now, I think insurance is definitely essential that we should be having. It covers, is a form of emergencies, or if anything was to happen. And to that, we are going to stuff our last £10 for our essential needs and our budget. And the total of that would have been £162.50, as you can see here. So far, so good, guys. It seems like it may be a struggle, but like I said, this is a great, easy, smooth 1, 2, 3 kind of method. The 50, 30, 20% method, and getting you started on, in budgeting. So let's move on to our next category. Okay, our next category will be our wants, which is essentially our lifestyle stuffings. And this then will cover things, like I said, Netflix subscriptions, gym subscriptions, maybe a clothing allowance, maybe you're saving to go on a vacation, a trip. So things of that sort, which don't exactly fall in your essential, but those are kind of your lifestyle choices, but you still want to kind of keep up and enjoy and indulge in those things. So let's go into our next category. So for beauty, we'll stuff £10. So 3 minus 10. Vacation. I'm somebody who likes to go on vacation. So if I was in the circumstance where I had a low income, I'd set aside £20 for vacation. Our next one is eating out, and for this we will do £10 minus £10. Miscellaneous, our next category, we will stuff £7.50, so that is our 5 and the rest of our coins. And like I said, this could just be in a purse or wallet change, or like I said, if it's something that you haven't budgeted for, but you might want a cup of coffee or something, this is where the funds will go there. So minus 7.5. My next category would be possibly something like clothing or a gym membership, which I do. I don't actually have a category for that here. However, let's put it in one hypothetically and say healthcare. So let's switch this around and say that I want to do, continue my gym membership. We'll add £20 to that. And we minus 20 from that. The next category, again, is something I do not currently have. I'm single. I don't have any children. However, if you are somebody that does have a child or children, it'll be nice to, put something aside for them. You never know when you might come across something. Kids are really visual people and tend when they go out to go shopping. I know my nephews and nieces can never go past the shop and not want anything. So to that, let's add it to our personal savings. We will add £10 for children or child expenses. Sorry, I didn't minus the 50 from before. Order 2. Okay, getting our figures thingy. And our next category, which will be our last category, will be birthdays and gifts. So obviously everybody loves celebrating their birthday, and if you have a small budget for birthday gifts or something, you can get a small present, gift voucher, anything really small, to be honest. You don't want to break the bank with this budget, and we'll put our last 20 to birthdays and gifts. And that is our second category, our lifestyle, completed, which will bring our balance to 0. And our final category would be our savings/debt fund. So for this, the aim here is to use the last 20% of your budget to save or to clear any outstanding debts. And for me personally, I've done really well over the years, the last few years, to really clear all my debts down to one debt. My last outstanding debt is my student loan debt, which is the biggest debt of all. And I want to do something more than just give the minimum payment and paying off the interest. I want to add an additional sum so it can pay off the student loan much quicker and get rid of this debt ASAP. Now, if you are working, the rule of thumb is that they usually actually deduct, your student loan repayments in your pay package before you even get to your final income. So if you are working, you would have already received a deduction from the student loans company. However, you can also add on to this, which I would suggest you doing, by saving even a little bit and adding to that fund so you can actually clear your debts much quicker. So our last sum and our budget for our savings/debts was £65. Now, how I'm going to divvy this up is that aside from paying off debts, I want to also have some personal savings, having an emergency fund. We never know when things can go wrong, and it can be very stressful when things go wrong and we don't have any finances to actually cover any emergency costs. So if you haven't started an emergency fund already, please do start one. And with the emergency fund, you're always adding to this fund. It never stops, whether it's £1 or £100, add something to it. So to our emergency funds, we are going to stuff £20. Now let's see where I can put this £20. If I had, I think I've got a maintenance. Yeah, my maintenance category is my emergency fund. So to my emergency fund / maintenance, we will stuff £20. So if we minus 20, that's stuffed in. The next thing is definitely, again, personal savings. If you didn't get to save in your last budget, which was a lifestyle budget, and maybe put it towards the children, this would be an opportunity for you to save and have some personal savings. So to that, we are going to stuff £25. So let's use 10, 20, and 5. And this could also go into, let's put it into a different category so we don't get it muffled up at this time. But if your wallet is set out according to your needs, you know exactly where to do it. So I'll pop it in my income category for the time. And this will be our personal stuffings for our savings. So we have £25 for savings. And like I said, for me, paying off the debt, my one debt that I do have, which is my largest debt, is my student loan. What I will stuff for that would be the remaining funds that we have here, which would be £20. So that's 10, 15, and £20. And that will go into my student loans section. And like I said, I'm trying to get rid of this huge debt. The earlier it's paid off, the better it is for me. And like I said, if you're working already and it already comes out of your paycheck, it won't do any harm in you saving a little extra. It won't hurt to get this debt paid off a little bit faster. So yeah, guys, that is the end of our stuffing goal. So guys, that is the end of our video for our low income stuffing. I do hope you've enjoyed this. And what I didn't actually mention whilst I was doing the stuffing is, with your savings or debts, if you have any financial goals that you would like to set yourself, this would be the time. So when you're doing your stuffings, you'd have your financial goals set out, and you'd know that by the end of the year, this is how much you would have wanted or anticipated to have saved. And then you save towards that financial goal. And when you would have achieved it, you can tick that off and give yourself a round of applause and a pat on the back. So guys, we've come to the end of the video, and we have stuffed £325 using the 50, 30, 20 budgeting method. As I said before, everyone needs to start somewhere. So why not start your journey right now? And yeah, guys, let me know how your savings are going to go for 2022. Okay, guys, take care. Bye.